Well, that sucks. I just got done telling all the people who may be watching after the fact that they can fast forward to 00:00, and guess what? They can just jump right to the story. And we're going to go on time this time, right at 00. Had a crazy electrical buzz through the setup this time. So I muted the microphone, and now I look like a douche. Dr. Campbell, how you doing? Sean can hear me. How you doing, Sean? How you doing? Hey, Cobalt, how you doing? John Bivens. Cheers. Hello, Donna. How are you? You know, we're a little slow in the uptake today. People are filtering in. Good thing I gave it all of that juicy, lovely time. Rich, no, of course you have sound, bro. Dude, I'm a professional. I don't fuck up technical stuff. I don't do it. Scott Aiken, how you doing? Ooh, that tea's hot. Ooh, it burns my sternum. That's like chest burster Bernie going on in there. So hopefully everybody's watched Aliens Earth, which A and I enjoyed. Hey, Tony, I really think it peaked at episode 4 because episode 4 was just so fucking good to me, spectacular. And then 5 through 8 were not as good, but I don't know if I would have thought they were good if I hadn't seen episode 4. Isn't that a weird thing? Rob Otto, fuck off. Just fuck off. I don't know. Sean Dyer, he's caught a 24-hour bug over the weekend. Still clearing out, but it's mostly our system. That's good. Stephen Bloomfield, how are you today? I think every time I see Stephen Bloomfield's name, that's going to be a jazzy musical number. Stephen Bloomfield, how are you today? It's one of those shows. Steve just bursts in the song for no fucking reason whatsoever. Brian, sup, Spike? How you doing? How you doing? Spike, I assume you're caught up. Because if you're not caught up, because you usually like to wait a little bit and catch them all at once, this episode's going to spoil fucking everything for you. So you don't want to, if you're not caught up, you don't want to get crazy with it. Dr. Campbell loved the whole series, every episode. That's good. Scott Aiken's nervous for the Blue Jays. Pam Weber is here. Hello. Now you can hear me. It's such an idiotic thing. I had an electrical buzz, so I had to try and isolate what channel the buzz was coming from. Turns out it was no channels whatsoever. It's the mysteries of recording gear. Stephen Bloomfield. How did you know what I sing like? Rob Otto told me. Trust me, Rob Otto can burst into song for no reason all the time. Dylan, what's going on? Pam Weber, our English class is starting the rookie next week. I assume you have the rookie curriculum guide. I assume you have that. If not, go to our site, scottsigler.com. You will find it there. Rob Otto's biggest issue with Alien Earth, and they never addressed it. Rob brought that up right about I was on episode 3 or 4, and Rob, being a storyteller, doesn't want to spoil anything. He's like, hey, they're not really addressing this timeline issue. And I'm like, I'm sure they're going to get to it, dude. I'm sure they're going to get to it. Turns out they did not get to it. Now, to be fair, it's easily explainable within the context of season 1 stuff they didn't tell you afterward. It's fine. It's fine. But we'll see. They did get a season 2, I'm pretty sure, so we'll see how that goes. Don Shipley's in the house. What's up? Wait, Gray Ronan, about to turn in his 2 a.m. UK time. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, come on. But I want to say hi and congrats to your Lions and Mr. Sig. Thank you very much, Gray Ronan. Love it. Watch the replay tomorrow, and don't forget to hit like and slap the bell and all the other stuff. Let's get into the normal chitty chat we have to do. Hello. If you're watching this after the fact, of course, you can fast forward to 00:00. Everything will be good. Tonight's live read is Slay episode 116, Empty Suit. I've learned some of the junkies have said that the name of that, to be fair, the name of this episode is giving them pause. They're very nervous. You should be nervous. You should be nervous. Very nervous. On tonight's Deep Cuts, we will recount some of our most embarrassing meeting famous people stories. A has 2. I have 2. I'm not proud of them, but I'm also not ashamed of them. They're quite funny. Let's go ahead and go to main. You should be signed up for the newsletter, you sons of bitches. scottsigler.com/newsletter. Of course, if you're not signed up for the tech, we're now at like 1,200 people on the SMS list. It's kind of crazy how technology changes. This stuff didn't exist when I started out. Now it is booming. You're going to want to text the word SIGTEXT, SIGTXT, to 855-955-5095, and you're going to get 10% off. One-time coupon at the store, but you can buy everything you want, get that 10% coupon. It's a pretty fucking titties and beer deal. And of course, if you have any ideas for things you'd like to hear us talk about on Deep Cuts, any questions about the Siglerverse, any questions for A or I, you can email those to info@emptyset.com. Doesn't even cost you nothing. Deep Cuts will be on hiatus for the next 2 weeks after this episode. I'm heading to Detroit to watch a Lions game in person with my nephews. Very excited about that. And want to make sure the podcast doesn't go dark. So next week is going to be a double-ended Slay episode. 2 episodes. You know what I'm referring to, but I'm not going to say it live on the air. It's going to do an episode, then another episode. I'm going to read it all, and then those will get put into the feed. So I will be off the podcast for a little while. Also, no live stream on October 22nd. Last but not least, reminder that we stop the stream after the live read. A comes up, we chit-chat, we stop the stream, and then we jump into Deep Cuts. So we will stop the stream, completely restart the stream, so it's a separate entity on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and everything like that. You guys just want to fucking chill your tits. Chill your goddamn tits and don't get into a tizzy. No tizzies allowed. And then it's going to stop and you'll get an alert or whatever. If you don't get an alert, refresh. You can figure this out. You've got your grown-up pants on. It's going to be totally fucking fine. Of course, we are an advertising. We live on advertising, bitches. We absolutely do. So if you're going to get yourself a website, you want a domain, all that shit, you want the GoDaddy code CJCFOSSIG3, 99% off your first year and a 3-year .com domain, any domain registration. It doesn't fucking matter. Your FTO's maxed out lately. In Quint's clothes, pretty gosh darn affordable, nice, grown-up clothes. Not going to lie. Quince.com/Sigler. You're going to get 365-day returns and free shipping. It is a goddamn bargain. And if you are in a small business or a medium-sized business or a big swinging, dangling, flopping between the knees business, it doesn't matter. You're going to want to use a stamps.com account. It saves you up to 90% on USPS postage. And use the code Sigler100. You could save a bunch. Okay, fired up. Let's go. B79. And of course, if you motherfuckers are on the YouTubes, let's talk about it. Who's on the YouTube? Raise some hand. Let me see that hand. If you're on the YouTube, click that like, slap that bell, and subscribe. It's very simple. In 1 minute and 21 seconds, we are going to go live. Got a great episode for you. It's not the longest episode in the world, but it's not always about the length. Sometimes it's about the girth. Although in our world, the writing world, girth and length are the same thing. Don't worry about it. Don't fuck off. Don't piss me off. I'm trying to read a story here. Jesus Christ. And if you are watching this after the fact, click like. It's important. Leave a comment. Even if you're watching after the fact, it's important. And just click that share button and just spread the stank all about the world. Don Shipley says, I was on YouTube, but you were behind. Girl, I've been behind my whole life. I don't know what to tell you. Michael Moore's in the house. What's going on?
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
You know you have your glasses on? Is that okay?
I do. Yeah. I'll get that. I'll take them off in a second.
Sounds good.
The glasses are probably going to become more prominent in the weeks to come. But for now, we're going to take them off. We're going to go to Maine. We're going to get rid of this. 15 seconds, bitches. Let's get recording going. Check, check, check. Solid, solid like a rock. Yes, that's right. That's why this love is hot, 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 hot. Ladies and gentlemen, let's fucking party. Check, check, check. So we're still got audio. Good. Here we go. Slay Retcon. In episode 115, Shocking Cock Khan wasn't actually at the club. He was in a column of amber light generated by Gary Sater, which is how Khan made his appearance in Slay Season, which is how Khan first made his appearance in Slay Season 2. Previously on Slay. The gang has won the day. Dante used Callista's dormantus, the piece of her soul that channeled raw magical power from the anemones in the cavern beneath the Alnwick Poison Garden, to blackmail her into giving him her Lumencia properties and criminal organizations. She is also giving Dante the contract that keeps Lincoln's son, Samuel, trapped on the shelf. As soon as Ariella Goldman, Lincoln's lawyer, and Shocking Khan, Callista's lawyer, finish filing the paperwork, Samuel will finally be set free. Lincoln, Dante, Billy, and Magda, who controls Sir Arnault the Pure's cursed armor, are at Callista's club, which is now Dante's club, celebrating as they patiently wait for the magical ink to dry. Is Lincoln's grueling quest to save his son finally over? Find out next on Slay, episode 116. Billy sat in the bar, his legs dangling down. He still felt like hot garbage. When this was over, and after Mags patched him up, he was going to sleep for a week. The champagne, though, helped some. Maybe more than some. He had never had fancy champagne before. This shit was good. Dante lounged in Callista's throne, his pointed teeth crunching on lemon drops. He was so short, his feet stuck out straight rather than hung down. He was so short, his feet stuck straight out rather than hanging down. He looked like a mischievous little monster pretending to be a king. He raised his glass for the 10th time. "Another toast," he said. "To man in gray. He did not let bum-leg deter him. I sing your praises. Zazrovza, sorry. There we go. Zazodrovia." Billy raised his glass. Lincoln sat in the middle of the dance floor, right under the still mirror ball, his tattered cloak spread around him. He didn't bother with a glass. He had his own bottle of champagne. That was so Link. He had barely touched it, though. Billy would have thought Link would be pounding the stuff, but he tipped the bottle back only when Dante made a toast. "I want to go home," Armor Magda said. "Are we done with this business?" For some reason, Armor Magda had chosen to stand in Bobby the Minotaur's place, right behind the throne. The suit's black paint reflected no light. She looked like a nightmare shadow with 6 blazing, vertical eyes. "Not yet," Dante said. "Not until paperwork is filed. Callista is finished, but I did not like the look in the one... But I did not like the look in the eye of one who is strong like bull. We remain here until this..." He waved his hand over his head, indicating not only the club, but Callista's criminal empire as well, "is officially mine." The empty suit of armor. The empty suit let out a breathy sigh that made the visor slot flames flutter like candles in a breeze. Billy wanted to go home, too. In the club's men's room, he had used paper towels to scrub most of the blood off his armor. He hadn't bothered at the clearinghouse, where he had been on the edge of death. Cosmetics took a backseat to IVs, magic medicine, and fucking basic survival. That supernatural drip had helped some, though, although his head still hurt like an elephant was taking a shit on it, and his body ached like a pissed-off gang of juvenile zebras had used him as a discount fuck doll. He did not want to be here. He did not want to be anywhere near that tracksuit-wearing, drug-dealing goblin who might figure out Billy's true identity at any moment. If Dante did put it all together, would he tell Vestinian? There was no way to know. And besides, Billy had other things on his mind. And besides, Billy had other things clouding his thoughts. Back in the caverns, he had killed so many people. He had shot them, cut them down, just like Link did. And the power of the anemone bushes, the polyps, Billy felt dirty for having used it. He needed some time to think. Maybe he could reach out to Delilah again. Maybe she would actually answer. At Teddy Two Fingers' place, she had killed a lot of people. Unlike Link and Magda, taking life seemed to bother her the same way it bothered Billy. Delilah would understand. Delilah would help him sort it out. Or, more likely, Delilah would continue to ignore him. She was busy jet-setting around the globe, managing the companies she had inherited from her father. Like, literally jet-setting, in a swanky Gulfstream G650. Billy knew because he had set up internet alerts. Billy knew because he had set up internet alerts that popped up anytime her name appeared online, as it did when she had flown a few young actresses and young actors, particularly budding action flick A-lister Griff Donovan, to the Cannes Film Festival. Hold on, guys. There we go. Fun. Watch was very noisy. Delilah's plane had a bedroom in it. A bedroom. Who knew what went on? Who knew what went on over the ocean some 50,000 feet up in the air? But that wasn't Billy's business. He wasn't Delilah's, and Delilah wasn't his. He hadn't spoken to her in months. Not by phone, not by text, and not in his dreams, which was how he'd last spent time with her. He wondered if Delilah Drummond remembered him at all. Next time he reached out, if she didn't return his call, maybe he'd find his way to her Lumencia mansion and knock on the front door. But enough dwelling on shit that might or might not happen. He knew he needed to focus on the moment. They had won. Lincoln's son would soon be free. This was a time for celebration. That was some crazy shit, Billy said. Man, I can't believe we pulled that off. He took a drink. Dante grinned at him, green lips wrinkling in delight. We could not have done it without you, Walter, the goblin said. I hope this experience will make us fast friends. Who knows? Perhaps we will do business together again. You could do the talking for me because you certainly seem to have the gift of gab. Billy's blood ran cold. Gift of gab. That was exactly what Dante had said to him way back when, in that warehouse, before Billy did his first dab of nurple, before the man in gray started killing everyone in sight. Did Dante know? That good feeling in Billy's heart drained away. Hey! Lincoln turned his head, tilted it like a curious dog. You guys hear that? Billy listened, and he did hear it. From somewhere outside came the sound of a whining car engine, metal scraping against brick, and a song. Distant, barely audible, but getting louder. 'Cause I love you, oh, how I love you. Lincoln tossed his champagne bottle aside as he hopped up and faced the long entryway. That engine revved. Then Billy heard a cacophony of a car crash, the twisting, rending metal of the club's heavy door giving way, along with the crackling sizzle of the door's security spell. Billy hopped down from the bar and drew his shotgun. The Mossberg 990 he'd grabbed at the clearinghouse. Dante scurried out of his throne as Armor Magna stepped in front of it, her hollow iron suit rattling with each step. Drywall giving way, brick breaking. The car crash noise billowed forth from the entryway, and a moment later, an old white VW Beetle burst into the club proper in a cloud of detritus, clipping the DJ booth as it raced onto the dance floor. Herbie, the worthless piece of shit who had killed Dragon's mom. Lincoln dove clear, firing his pistol at the car as it squealed by, but he wasn't the target. The Beetle slammed headlong into Magda's armor, sending it tumbling backward onto the dais, smashing the throne to pieces. Billy opened fire. His rounds hit with shimmers of cobalt blue as a bubbling crackle tore the air and the white Volkswagen twisted and shifted, became a roaring, crystal-shelled turtle tank nightmare, a battered, war-torn version of the mirror ball hanging overhead. The Dimortuga opened its scarred beak and a heavy, elastic tongue shot out. Billy tried to dodge, but he wasn't fast enough. The sticky mass of pink flesh slammed into his chest, then retracted fast, yanking Billy along with it. He tried to bring his shotgun up for a point-blank blast, but he was too late. The wide, pointed beak snapped down on his arm, breaking shotgun and bones alike. Billy cried out in pain and panic. Herbie raised its head, lifting Billy up by his broken arm before slamming him against the dance floor. Cracking the thick glass. Cloak flowing behind him, Lincoln barreled in and drove his hatchet down against the Dimortuga's bulbous noggin with a thunderous, crystal chitin-chipping clunk. Herbie released Billy, swung his wrecking ball head sideways. The impact sent Lincoln flying, drove him through the bar. Bottles shattered, glittering shards and splashing booze rained down. Trying and failing to ignore the pain in his flopping, busted arm, Billy rolled away. The giant turtle's mirror-black eyes tracked him. The neck contracted, a spring coiling before the release, and the battle-etched beak opened again, this time for a bite on Billy's head. The woof of something dense and deadly cleaving the air. A black mace as tall as Billy slammed into Herbie's head. The Dimortuga stumbled sideways, crashing into a trio of booths, splintering black-painted wood and tearing purple divider drapes off the wall. Billy tried to get to his knees. His body was slow to respond. Then Lincoln was there, bastard maker in one hand, the other hand pulling Billy up. Herbie's 4 thick legs wobbled from Magda's near knockout blow. The beast let out a terrifying roar, both a warning and a promise of malice, yet its eyes looked unfocused and confused. Billy found himself with Link on his left, Armor Magda on his right. "Mags, take out Yertle," Lincoln said, as he looked to the entryway, which was now a tangled cave of drywall, black ceiling tiles, and fractured masonry. "Icepick's gotta be here somewhere. I'll find him." Billy barely saw the steel blur of a shuriken spike zip in from the back of the club. The point drove into the side of Lincoln's neck, finding a space between breastplate and helmet. A flash of orange and a hissing bark of meshwork igniting, Lincoln dropped to the ruined dance floor, twitching and convulsing. A second spike wasn't seen at all, only heard, an instant before Billy felt a piercing pain in his own neck. His body jerked as meshwork shocks rippled through his body. Billy dropped. He was weak, but he could still move some. "2 down, 1 to go," a voice called out. "Honestly, I thought you would have put up more of a fight." At the club's rear bar, the same one Magda had used to slip inside and spirit Mercutio away, Icepick strode out into the open, spikes spinning in each hand like he was some coked-out metal drummer. Armor Magda turned to face him, patting her heavy mace against one. Sorry, guys. Armor Magda turned to face him, patting her heavy mace against one open black gauntlet palm. Smart move, she said. You always were smart, Icepick. You got the drop on us. But your spikes won't do shit against me, boy. First, I'm gonna kill you for hurting my friends. Then, I'm gonna break your pet turtle's fucking neck. Then, I'm gonna cook him and I'm gonna eat him. Cradling his arm to his chest, Billy awkwardly pushed himself up on his good elbow, every move making his white scales grind against cracked safety glass. He looked up at Magda's armor. Towering. Indomitable. Unless Icepick had a howitzer stashed away somewhere, he didn't stand a chance against the blacker-than-black behemoth. Link grunted as he struggled to his hands and knees. Mags, he said, his voice shaky. Take care of this stiletto-dicked asshole, will ya? Some 15 feet separated Icepick and the black armor, yet he didn't look the least bit concerned. Smiling, he twisted his shuriken spikes once more, let one fly. Billy didn't see where it went, but he heard a meshwork sizzle and Dante's cry of pain. Icepick spun his remaining spike. You're right, Big Black. My spikes won't do a damn thing. The spinning shuriken vanished. In its place, twirling between his fingers, was a wooden twig, budding with green. Good thing I got something really special for you. Come get some, bitch. In that twig, Billy saw the furious swirl of concentrated filament. Armor Magda strode toward Icepick, her gauntlets gripping the mace, her huge iron feet cracking the throne dais' surface. Icepick pointed the twig at her. Mian Hahad, he said. Magda halved the distance. Durwin Hasgen. Billy saw the filament within the twig vibrate and shudder, a nova poised to erupt. Tarafya Harin! Magda lifted the mace, prepared to smash the man. Burdialan! Sea green lightning arced from the twig and engulfed her. She froze mid-strike. Her armor rattled and rang and separated. The component pieces clattered down, like so many cymbals dropped from 2 stories up, a limp gauntlet skittering this way, a poilin bouncing that way. Billy's heart sank. Icepick's spell had destroyed Sir Arnault. Icepick's spell had destroyed Sir Arnault's suit. Had it destroyed Magda as well? The now flameless helmet hit, bounced, and rolled toward Icepick. He put his foot atop it, stopping its motion. Oh, bother, he said, smiling wide. Looks like you boys are out of luck. Herbie, be a good boy. Sorry. Looks like you guys are out of luck. Herbie, be a good boy and fetch me that goblin. Magda screamed. She lurched up, heard the crinkle of her diaper. She was on the mat in the training area. What had just happened? Icepick cast a spell on her, on the armor. She had felt the suit break apart. Link and Billy were alone with Icepick and his monster turtle. She had failed. She had failed, and now her friends were going to die. Magda heard footsteps coming down the wooden stairs, the click-clack of high heels, and the furious thumping of little paws. Ariella rushed into the workshop, somehow getting there ahead of Dragon. The pup scrambled in behind her, tugging madly at the Rixator cloak clamped in her jaws. Are you all right? Ariella hurried to the mat and knelt at Magda's side. I was upstairs dealing with the paperwork. We heard you scream. Dragon dropped the cloak and launched herself at Magda, who didn't see the pup in time. A black-furred head smashed into her nose, the bright pain adding insult to her incompetence. Magda shoved the pup away far too hard. Dragon slammed into a rack of wooden training weapons. The pup yelped, then cowered, head low, tail tucked between her legs. Magda heard the flapping of heavy wings. Shitbird flew into the room, alighted atop the workbench where Magda had customized the cursed armor of Sir Arnault the Pure. Where's the penguin? Where's the penguin? Where's the fucking penguin? For once, the bird hadn't asked for a cracker. He knew something was wrong. Magda started to stand. Ariella reached to help, but Magda slapped the woman's hands away. Icepick was at the club! Magda heard the ragged desperation in her own words. This goddamn fucking turtle drove in, tearing the place apart. Icepick snuck in the secret door, the same one I used to get Mercutio, and he got to drop on us. Icepick had used a strategy as old as time. Distraction. When the car shifted to its Dimortuga form and Icepick wasn't there, she should have known the man was skulking about. She should have protected Billy and Link. How could she be so stupid, so worthless? Then why did you come back? Asked Ariella. Icepick was after Dante? Lincoln and Billy are still there? Are they dead? Were they? Magda didn't know. Why did you come back? Those words hit like punches. Magda tapped at her ear cuff, the same one she had used to mesh with Lincoln's mind. But nothing happened. I can't reach Link, she said. Of course you can't. I altered the cuff so you could use it to control the armor. Magda grabbed Ariella's blouse, pulled the woman close. Then change it back, right now! Behind her horn-rimmed glasses, Ariella blinked. I can't. Gently but firmly, Ariella pulled Magda's hand free. Not quickly. It takes time. My cell phone and sphere are upstairs. Let me see if I can reach him. Maybe he's handled the situation by now, or Icepick grabbed Dante and left. If Lincoln doesn't answer, we need to call someone fast. Get them help at the club. His brother and sister. Can you call them? Lucas and Sophia Franks. With Dante taking over Callista's territory, would calling them get Link and Billy in trouble with the Bastion? Did that even matter right now? I can try, Magda said. I have Sophia's number. Ariella grabbed Magda's shoulder, gave it a quick squeeze. Good, do that, she said. If they don't answer, we need to think of something fast. It's not like you and I can go save them. With that, Ariella left the workshop and hurried up the stairs. Magda rushed to her desk and grabbed her phone. She found Sophia's number and dialed. The phone rang and rang. It's not like you and I can go save them. Of course not, because Magda Magdalene was a loser, a disaster, all her Rixator training useless in the face of her phobias. The phone clicked. Magda's brief moment of hope vanished when she heard the voicemail message. This is Sophia. I'll get back to you later. Then the inevitable beep. Soph, this is Magda. When you get this, call me back. Magda ended the call, then texted. Call me ASAP. It's urgent. She didn't want to leave a message of any kind. that said Link was in trouble or mentioned where he was. Sophia was like Link in that she sometimes took days to respond. If she was in the patchwork or in Cordis doing bastion work, she was already too far away to help. A pitiful, soft whine from the training area. Dragon, curled up in Magda's Rixator cloak, trembling, her tail tucked and her head low. Could she send Dragon on her own? Maybe. Better do something, Shitbird said. Better do something fast, fast, fast. The raven. The dog. Magda's mind raced. If she could send them both, they could be at the club in minutes. Whatever help Ariella might get, it would not arrive in time. Magda drew in a fast, deep breath. She could not let her friends die. She had to do something. Squatting on her heels, Magda held out her hand toward the cowering dachshund. Come here, baby girl. I need you to do something for me. And that's all he wrote this episode, bitches. Stop that. Save that. Call it the next one. Quit that. Boom! There you go. That was Slay episode 116. Pretty fun to read. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. The next episode, some crazy shit's going to go down. That's all I can tell you. I saw you guys in the chat room. You're not right. You're just not right. That's the way it goes. I mean, not right in the head. Come on up, babe, whenever you got a chance. Open recent. Deep cut 72. Close. Hide. All right, let's get into the post-dragon. Steve Bloomfield says, oh my God, you're killing us. That's the idea. Dylan says, what the fuck, man? Cobalt thinks Dylan is right. Scott Aiken says, gosh darn it, Scott. Dr. Campbell goes, no! Cliffhanger! We'll see what happens, you guys. We will see what happens next. All right, let's go. We're going to now do the... Yeah, David, that was a bit shorter. It's about a 30-minute episode. Maybe 26, 27. It just didn't... Sometimes they don't fall into the right place. The next episode could be longer. Oh, yeah. And, you know, you can't have an hour-long episode. Except next week. You guys better bring your pee bag, bring your booze. You're going to be in front of this computer for a while. Now, I got to point something out because it's a double episode. We're going to read 2 episodes next week. If you guys are going to go to the bathroom while watching the episode, no one needs to fucking know that. Keep that to yourself. Keep it here. Keep it here. Got me? All right. Dawn says, I know the situation is bad, but I hope Mags apologizes to Dragon for sending her out. Poor little Dragon. She got thrown into a bunch of wooden training weapons, and they rattled and made a bunch of noise, you guys. It's terrible. Of course, I'm very sympathetic to dogs because our dogs ate A's breakfast this morning. They climbed up on the table while A was doing a bunch of work, ate all the goddamn breakfasts all over the floor. Sneaky goddamn bitches. All right. As A gets in here and settles in, we're going to go to housekeeping. Sunday, A's just banging on shit. Sunday, October 5th, Slay episode 115, Blackmail, hit the podcast feed. Tuesday, October 7th, Deep Cuts, episode 71, genre mashups that shouldn't work but do, went live in the feed. In tonight's Deep Cuts, we'll be recounting some of our most embarrassing meeting famous people stories. Sunday, October 12th, tonight's episode Slay, ep 116, Empty Suit, goes live in the feed. Saturday, November 1st, is Junkie Meetup. I don't think I've got that graphic done yet. I don't. So Saturday, October 1st is Junkie Meetup. You guys are going to want to go to that. If there's any Deep Cuts topics you would like to hear, of course, you son of a bitch, get that off. If there's any Deep Cuts topics you'd like to hear us blab about, you can email that to info@nipset.com. We would love to hear that idea. All right, Sugar Plum, you ready?
Just a second, I gotta get a
Asa, just a second.
coaster.
You got to get a coaster.
Are we done with this? Are we done with this?
No, no. We're good right
Can I
there.
put this?
Okay, let me get this queued up. I hope you got. No, remember we're gonna stop this episode. We're gonna get a new episode queued up. So we'll be right back. I do think you guys absolutely want to stick around for this one. There's some. I think they're very funny stories about A and I just melting down and losing our shit while meeting famous people. So.
Hi, guys.
Not that you guys ever want to hear us be self-deprecating, but there's some self-deprecation going on in this house today. Hold on here. Let's get that. Okay, so that's it. We're going to drop out. Also, I got to take a tinkle. Let you know. I got to take a tinkle.
You don't have to say that.
I got
out
to do a number one. No, they don't have to say it. If they watch the show next week, because it's a long show, it's going to be like well over an hour of story.
You're going to tinkle again?
No, I don't want to hear them. I don't want them to watch the show while they're on the toilet. It's not allowed. Watch show on a turlet. Sometimes you got to clean that turlet.
So why don't
Ready?
you do the tinkling first? So,
And you're going to blab with them? That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
So I will answer a few questions. Stephen Bloomfield, he is drinking Oban Storm now. He was drinking Balvenie before. And I'm just drinking rosé because I can't handle the hard liquor. It's not great for me. I don't do as well as I do with less hard liquor. And let's see. Let me scroll back. See what? Let me grab the... Let me first grab the lefty's mouse on the wrong side. Spike, nice to see you out there. We don't know what the last episode is, or I don't know, but it's soon. I think there might be 3 more. How many? 3 or 4. 3 or 4 more, he says. Let's see. Oh, Lord. Sean Dyer, I'm not even reading your thing out loud because I'm too prim for that. I can't. Whew. 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 Next week, as he said, will be quite a long episode because he is going to Michigan to visit family, do some family stuff. And so we're going to do, instead of a sleigh and a deep cuts, we're going to do 2 sleighs so that the podcast feed still has things every Sunday, which means there's not going to be a deep cuts next week. There's not going to be deep cuts the week after that. There's not even going to be a live stream on the 22nd of October. It's totally dark. Let's see, what else? Hey, Pam, nice to see you. If you guys are in the chat room and
Pam's going to teach the rookie next week.
Since the
Did you hear that?
3rd grade, I think. What?
Pam's going to teach the rookie next week.
Yeah, I know. We've been talking about it. You are
Fucking
probably gonna talk
fabulous.
to them too.
Hopefully. All right.
Ollie Kirby, lovely to see you. I'm going to let you take over now so that we go.
Okay, guys. Now, I'm telling you, you want to come back for this one. So we're just going to quit and restart.
We'll be right back.
And it'll be all set. We'll be back in uno momento. Por favor.